Today I went to write at a cafe with designer cakes. I'm in the very early stages of writing a new book. I've just sent a first draft of something to my agent, and whilst I wait, I'm doing the best thing you can possibly do while you wait as an author, which is just to write something new. Today I thought I'd head to Sloane Square, which is an area of London that always makes me wonder about what my life would have been like if I was rich, and I headed to Anya Cafe. This place is owned by designer Anya Hindmarch, and it has a super fun, playful, creative collection of classic cookies and beautifully designed cakes. I got this little lemon one with a smiley face. It had cream and jam in it. It was absolutely glorious. Everything I could have wanted on a random Tuesday morning. But I'm still finding my way with this new book. Today I did some mind mapping, which is something I really like to do when I'm in the very early stages of a project and I just want to figure out all the directions I could go in. I was very focused on characters today and figuring out the network of people in my main character's life. I did a little bit of further planning on the project and then I headed off.
Yesterday was day 628 of writing a novel alone in my little cottage in the woods, and I got some life-changing, unexpected news from 23andMe. Curveball! So I've always wanted to be a writer, but as a kid, I didn't have anything to write about, so this is a secret shame of mine, I would wish for bad things to happen to my family and the people around me just so I would have something to write about. And I felt terrible about wishing for that to happen, but I still kind of wanted it to happen so I would have things to write about. I no longer think that way. It is, as the wise men say, enough slices.
Chilled in the kitchen of a city tune. The light would flicker like a violent wound. The night was thicker than a smoky fume, and my eyes awaited in. I can't be your love. Look is too trivial for you. Oh, my life is falling apart. Maybe no one will notice if I disappear. But
This is part 2 of how I write a book. So everything we did in the first part, we're now taking it onto the notebook and writing it down. So I always pull out my pens. I have an addiction to this brand. I've been using it for years, and I typically use a 005 for my writing, but I use the graphic for the first page. Here I'm going to be writing the title as well as the start and end date so I see how long it takes for me to finish a book. After that, I'm going to be writing the story description below the title. So on the next page, we're going to be writing the month. Again, the purpose of this is to keep track of your story. One thing I realized when I first started writing is that I couldn't keep track of the days or the months when I was writing. So this technique really helped me. So as you see, I have the chapters. And next to the chapters, I'll be putting the numbers of what day is in each chapter. Then we're going to go specific. I do this to each chapter where I jot note about 10 notes of what I want to cover in each chapter. This helps me avoid writer's block. And again, this is not deterministic. I can always change around the story however I want. So this is kind of how my notebook looks like. And here's an exemplar of a book that I've been writing and posting for the last few months on Wattpad. I don't always do this, but I have characteristics. And then this is how my months look like. And then the chapter layout. I can't show you the whole notebook because there's some stories that have not been posted on Wattpad yet.
Here's a day in my life as a psychological thriller author. It was a relaxing day, so I started off writing in the afternoon, stayed hydrated, got some essentials before I sat down to work. I am putting my third book on hold for a little bit while my editor looks over some changes and decided to do some research for my fourth book. Doing some preliminary research really helps my creativity and it helps to know what I'm going to write about. Here I'm just going back and forth between research, notes, plot lines, things like that. Then I decided to put on a nice calming fall playlist while I continue to make some more notes and even write a little bit towards the manuscript. Thanks for watching!
What if you finish? What if it's good? What if somebody reads it? What if somebody loves it? What if somebody highlights it, saves it? What if somebody shares it? What if you get that agent? What if it becomes a movie? What if it just works out for you?
Hey guys, Seth here. Let's talk about writing. Today I'm in London and I'm heading to the BFI cafe on the South Bank, which has quickly become one of my favourite places to work here in London, ever since my pal Britt introduced me to it. Look at the snacks. Snacks are important. Today, I'm thinking about characterization. When I first come up with a story, I have a sense of the main cast from the off, but then I start writing, and the characters have other ideas. A really cool part of storytelling is letting your characters lead you. As their personalities take shape, their fears and desires, they'll go off script, they'll surprise you. By the time you finish your first draft, you'll have got to know them much better, and the relationship you've built with them will help you when it comes to redrafting and honing your characters' arcs. Little chocolate break, told you snacks are important. I'd love to hear your own thoughts on characterization, any tips or approaches that work for you. Until next time, bye!
A long-awaited writing update. Those that are new, I am writing a book. It is a murder mystery type of book, and I'm sharing the whole process start to finish on TikTok with you guys. And literally so much has happened since the last update that I've given you guys. Typically my weekly goal is to hit 5,000 words every single week, and if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, I have not hit my goal. If I was on schedule with my writing, I would be getting close to 35,000 words, but I spent about a week just reading a lot of different material, different genres, and seeing what I liked in a book and what I did not like in a book. Almost as kind of like research for my book. And because of that, I decided that I'm going to switch my whole point of view into first person. I was initially writing it in third person, but I felt like first person would just help you connect with the female main character so much more than third person does, because you get to see her inside thoughts much more deeply. But that meant rewriting everything. So for my word count, I am at 6,526 words, and I am still working on rewriting it, and I have almost 3,000 words that I need to go back over and change in the first person. Now typically for a first draft, I'm really big on not editing what I've written until I'm done writing the whole draft. But when it comes down to like point of view, that is such a big editing change. I just had to do that now, otherwise I'd be pulling my hair out if I did that once I finished it all in third person. And on top of The Love I Cannot Give, which is my first novel, I am also writing a trilogy, completely different genre. The trilogy is going to be a fantasy book, more so romantasy because I love romance in books. I am such a big fantasy reader. I just know that I'm going to have an absolute blast exploring that genre with writing. So we are currently writing 2 novels, which means 2 writing goals. But yeah, if you are an aspiring writer or if you just love to read, as I do, I hope you'll stay along for the journey. Love you.
For me, for me.